Hello. Good evening, BelloHeart fans. This is Jamie Bello. Today is August 11th, 2023. It's early morning. The reason I just wanted to say hi. I haven't filmed in a couple days. I've been busy doing my normal job. I just want to spread a message of light and love first because, all the craziness going on in the world, the most important thing is to stay grounded to your family, the people that keep you, that love you, that you love, right? That's the easiest way to say it, right? The universal constant on the most basic level is love. So, and once you realize that, it'll make your life a lot easier. So that's a self-discovery thing, spirituality, which I'm not forcing nobody to do anything. I'm just saying it's something I've discovered and it's fantastic. It's wonderful. This morning I was meditating and I was taking, it was like I was partying back in my 20s. Let's just say that in the city. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that know me, you know what that means. But I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out, right? So anyway, the most important message for me is to keep during this whole transition, which we're we're already starting. We've been in the middle of for a long time. If you listen, do any research about spirituality or people that have been channeling extraterrestrials and higher dimensional beings for the last 15, 20 years, trying to spread the message of hope and future and the transition that's coming. Those people, you look on Gaia, there's like some of these seasons are 24 seasons already, right? And people have been doing this for 20 years already, and I'm new to it, so I'm no expert, but I could feel the change happening, and I know that since I've been meditating and learning about spirituality and stuff like that, my life has just been so good, positive, great, fantastic. It's been amazing, and I can't say nothing but thank and have gratitude towards everything. So that's why I started BelloHeart, because I feel that I have been blessed, and that whether you want to call it the secret of life or just learning how to be content, whatever it is, you don't have to. I'm not saying believe whatever you want, but the point of the matter is I'm happy, and I know other people would like to learn the secret to be happy. I don't know why it came so easy for me. I know it's not easy for everybody, but I at least want to try to help. So that's why I really started BelloHeart, is to help people with their own personal spiritual transition. I lost a lot of weight in a short amount of time. I can't really explain it much. Last June, right around my birthday, I was kind of like thrown out of my last job, and I was visited by an old friend, 25, that I haven't seen in 25 years physically. He drove 12 hours to see me, like this, 3 days before I got fired. I got the transition from the other job happened, right? So it was, and if that person didn't show up my door, make me feel so loved and like I was blown away, that he drove that for, and that he was thinking about me, and that might have been very down in the dumps when that next phase happened, when the transition happened. But then 3 weeks later, I have this new job that I have now. It's the best blessing that's happened to me and my family, So I've been blessed ever since, and it's been a clear direction since, And so I feel that I was shown that path for a reason, and my job is to help others learn the same, try to find their path if I can, because that's how I learn. I learned by watching YouTubers. I learned by watching Gaia. I learned by do my own research, because all the information is out there, and I'm not giving you hard, like ancient tablet information. I can, but we're not ready for that yet. BelloHeart's not that big. One day maybe we specialize, have more people. Who knows? But for now, it's just more of me, just trying to help push the love and understanding for everybody. When I was young, I was a punk, just like anybody else from Brooklyn. A big, whatever. I had that macho attitude. I'm a Gen Xer, so we just grew up a certain way, right? And it was compared to now, it seems like to me archaic almost, but it was the way it was, man. And we learned life differently. But now I've seen life through my son's eyes last year, and it's another thing that happened when this transition took place. So now it helps me relate better to the younger generation. And I'm glad I thought about that, because one thing about the younger generation is they're the future, right? So we have to relate to them. They frustrate me at times because I couldn't understand the way they see the world, but I do now, because my son's 17 and my daughter's 15, and it's fascinating really how they don't see division the way we were brought up in the 90s. And the race thing, they don't see that. They don't see the sex division. They don't see any of that. They don't even, they learn how not to judge too, as a whole, as a group. And it's something we can't relate to. So we get, a lot of us, things we don't understand, we get mad at with fear, right? Or we get reject. But the reality is that's the way. We need to learn how to be like that and push it up the ladder, because the up top is a real problem. They're the ones that's the problem. They don't have that love. Because they don't want the world to change. Because they rule this one, right? So anybody that's super successful, or obviously puppet masters, but they don't want this world to change, do they? Why would they? I wouldn't, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure some of them have hearts that feel that something's wrong, and they would. And I know that a lot of them donate their money to good causes, and they're angels, in disguise. But there's they're few and far between. Most of the people that are super successful are some sort of megalomaniac, sociopath, or have kind of lost touch with regular people, right? And that's what the politicians are. So, during this whole transition, I wonder, not to spread fear, but I wonder how are we going to get past, I look at it's going to flip flop. The people at the bottom are going to kind of come to the top, but how is that going to happen? I hope peacefully. And I think our government's going to start slowly dissolving the trust that people have in it. And I hope, like I said, I hope it's peaceful, but I fear that it won't be as well. But either way, the key is for us as humans to embrace our fellow humans and not point fingers and try to separate, right? Because that's not going to help anything, is it? Nope. So just, when that comes, if you get your mind right, I've been talking about this for a while, getting our mind right, dealing with our own past traumas, our own past BS, because once that stuff happens, once this whole transition happens, everything starts to get a little, if you look at it from a human ego point of view, it's going to feel like the world's ending. But if you look at it from a transitional, this is what's best for humanity, that we're all going to get through this together point of view, I guarantee it'll be a lot smoother and a lot better for you. So, that's like really my message. That's what I'm really going to start to try to help with, right? As my message for BelloHeart is to help people understand that that's the key. The key is to rise above it all, but first you have to come to terms with yourself inside and love yourself, who you are. Because think about it, think of it like this way: like you love yourself, so it's almost like once you love yourself, you have a light in your heart, and like once you just love yourself, then now that light starts to expand and starts to go out of you, and now you want to start to spread that to others. And it's really, it might sound a little hokey or a little over the top, but it's true. So there's all I can say about that, right? So before I get off tonight, I just want to say thank you for hanging in there. Last video got a lot of views, for me, in relative with BelloHeart's, starting out now. So I just want to say thank you, and please like, subscribe if you do. Share. I'm not on TikTok yet. I'm fearful to breach that line with TikTok. Like I don't know I'm not sure about it yet. But I'm on YouTube. Obviously, I have a Twitter account. I do have a website, and I have an email, BelloHeartLLC@gmail.com. So if you guys want to come on the show, I'm going to start. Tomorrow's our local farmers market here in Mattawan. And, I made some contacts next week, and hopefully I'll start to get those contacts on the show, local spiritual people, local people trying to help the grassroots movement from the bottom up, So I just want to say, I want to spread the love and the understanding, love each other, understand each other, and rise above the BS that's going on the news, because the news is spreading fear and nonsense, and it's all BS. So I look at it this way: why would I trust anything that's being manipulated by somebody? And that's the real problem. So, You don't have to worry about it. That's the beauty. Don't worry about it because it's not even true. Isn't that great? The only thing you have to worry about is loving yourself and loving your family and loving, the people you're close to, because that's all that matters. All that other stuff is BS. The truth, if you leave it your heart, you'll know the truth. I promise you. So I leave this tonight with the message of love and light, and hang in there. Summer's almost over, and I think once summer's over, the things are going to start to pick up with the news cycle and rise above it. But I also believe the Senate stuff with the UAPs, UFO stuff, it's already on everywhere. If you look, you don't have to look that hard anymore. So that to me is part of the narrative that they're trying to control, right? So why? Who knows? The key is don't believe that ETs are hostile. The only thing that's hostile to us is our secrets. So we don't need secrets. We just need transparency, right? Anyway, I just want to say have a great night. I love you guys. And thanks for checking me out. Like, subscribe. Peace.